Welcome, friends. Today, we are bored as fuck. We are also doing another live stream. Marvelous. Hello, friends. You will notice that the screen is black because I have set this up while lying down. And the phone is just lying there, doing nothing. I'm bored. I thought, fuck it, I hate Sunday nights. I fucking hate Sunday nights. I don't know why. I think it comes from fucking school or something. Because you know that you're going to have to start another week tomorrow, and I can't be arsed with that at all. Not another week. It's just, do they ever stop? No. Sick of Sundays. Sick of everything. I've got 2 likes, but 1 viewer. 4 viewers, that's better. Sabez, welcome. How are you, sir? I hope everyone is well. I'm feeling a bit better again today, just small increments. Everything's getting better a little bit at a time, so that's good news. Hello, Rachel. I never thought I could have asked Rachel to come on. I'm getting better, Rachel. I'm getting better all the time. So that's good. Reasons to be cheerful, mate. I wouldn't have minded streaming with someone else. I'm still intent on streaming with Fleece from the Lazodrants, who is my new bestest friend. And she's going to be telling us all about her incense collection. So that's nice, don't you think? Don't worry, I don't think the stream's going to stay black the whole time I'm here. I'm going to get up, but at the minute I'm lying down. It is fucking miserable outside, friends. I can tell you, it is raining. Oof. Sorry, friends, somebody just sent me a message containing some extremely rare perfume. Something called Pilgrims. Diamond of the First Water. Eau de Parfum for Men Journey. My friend has just texted me saying he wants to throw a plate at me. As long as it's got food on it, that's all right. Give me a second, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, fuck. I do know how to drop a phone on my face, though. That was clever. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Succulent Chinese meal. Did you like my post yesterday? Sorry, friends. I'm just going to leave the link pinned at the top. If that's the type of thing you're into, you may follow that link. Hey, Rich, today is Mother's Day in the US. Is Enrique? Yes, I knew that, but I had forgotten. So thank you for reminding me. Happy Mother's Day to all who celebrate. To those who don't celebrate, peace to you. Not everybody has great relationships with their parents, and days like this are not easy. I don't particularly care for certain days of the year. I used to hate my birthday. Really weird that. As I've got older, I've got a lot more chilled about the situation. I fucking hated me birthday. I never used to tell people when it was. I often say to people I've gone in reverse. I've got a lot less cynical as I've got older. You know, I'd much rather it be that way. I wouldn't like to end up bitter and old. Oh, what's happening? One of my friends who lives in the Middle East is sending me pictures of fragrances long forgotten, long banished from the memory of man. I've got Tommy Hilfiger Freedom, which I don't think is that bad of a fragrance, actually. I've got a soft spot for Tommy Hilfiger, though. Tommy Hilfiger and Polo Sport were my two. I did a lot of damage with those when I was at school. Sergio Soldano he's got. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Joe. Hello, Rachel. The ladies are out in force tonight. It's ladies' night on the Rich Mitch channel, and thank God. All three of you are here, though, and Erin. Sorry, Erin. Erin is here also. Good, that's great. Make sure you rest. I am resting. Well, sort of resting. I'm sitting on my arse at the minute. I mean, I'm literally lying down. That's why the screen is black. I'll see if there's any bubbles to be had. There is not. Ooh. Well. Sorry to those who don't celebrate, but there are bubbles. Yes. Voice sounds stronger. It is. I'm feeling stronger. I'm not using the microphone. I tried to get Eugene to do a stream and got no response. I imagine he's spending time with his boys, which is absolutely the right thing, rather than talking to a duck on the internet. So Eugene didn't do a stream. And I thought, fuck it. Be the change you want to see in the world. So I did a stream myself. Give us a second. I'm just going to shut the door. Lest everyone in the house, meaning me mother, is like, what the hell? Ah. Oh. Why is this happening, eh? Why is my hip going crazy? Hips don't lie, my friends, and this one is telling me you are in pain. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh! Hello, Rich. This is a nice surprise. Hello, fragrance friends. Hello, Joe. Relaxing on a nice Sunday evening. Yesterday, the stream went a little bit bonkers, so I thought, fuck it. We will write that one off and start again. I'm not going to be talking about fully automated luxury communism. Oh, dear. Just to make everyone aware, that is a total meme between me and my friend. I'm not advocating for communism whatsoever. Sorry, I'm making strange noises. Fliss is the best. What a great gal. She's lovely. I like Sunday night for a reason. Tomorrow's Monday night. I start thinking which fragrance I will wear. Will I wear tomorrow? I did my fragrance rotation today. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's been another stunning day down south. It was nice today, but stunning is not the word unless you are stunned by how the weather changes so much. You know? I mean, it's looking outside. It's looking like it's deepest November out there at the minute. You know, it's grim. I tell you, is grim. It looks like it's gonna fucking piss down. You're looking like it's looking like electric storm's coming. Hello, everybody who's here. I'm not going to go through everyone. There's a lot of people. Erin, was my birthday yesterday and Mother's Day today, so good weekend. Depending on the year, they will fall on the same day. Happy birthday, Erin. A blast from the past, tiny bubbles, says Kelly. That's right. Pat Lester, hello. Scent of the day is Tour de Hermeso Très Fraîche. It's definitely a saviour with this heat waves I'm experiencing. Is it hot down there? Where is Anuj? Canada. Ah, Bubbles. Yes, that's right. I'm not going to be sitting with the screen on black and thing. I just thought, fuck it, we'll try. We'll try. I'm going to lie down this at the beginning part of the stream anyway, because my hip's going fucking bananas, friends. I can tell you, it's not happy. It's not happy at all. Andrej. Micah. Paco Rabanne. Oh, sold my Paco Rabanne. Oh, I wasn't a huge fan. Excuse me. I've started listening to the Les Odrins podcast. It was right up your street, Rich. I know, I listened to it. Rich, we love you, says Dushan. Thanks, Dushan. Duck ranting about politics with some perfume talk sprinkled in there while tired and high on medicines was quite a thing. Yeah. It was, yeah. Aram, welcome. How you doing? Duck, duck, goose. That's why I tune in live. Priceless, says Kelly. I'm well, mate. How are you? Joe says Rich took it down before I got to that bit. I know, I took it down literally in the middle of Joe listening to it. Sorry about that. I left it up for a little while. I was just having thoughts, you know. Elude this evening, says DJ. How's it going? I need to finish that series off. When my sense of smell comes back, I'm going to have to start taking the zinc. I'm going to have to start taking the zinc again to get my sense of smell back. Pardon me. Jura Rose is sending me videos of trains. Strange man. I've got a new friend who is sending me pictures of fragrances, the like of which I have never heard of. There's some Boss here. That's shite. Boss Unlimited. Hugo Boss. There's a lot of Boss unsold in that shop, isn't there? Shite. I'm looking for a bottle of Monade Oreos Queer, a vintage one. I want the oldest bottle available to humanity. Face and Face. It's not a real company, surely. Oof. Jesus, more. How many photos is this man going to send? Anyway, today I wore Bois d'Argent, which is an amazing fragrance, but it's not exactly pushing through the old chest nasal infection, you know. Excuse me. Vintage queer girl on and how your wallet is large. No, I don't understand that message. Hi, Kitchy K. How are you? Anuj is here. I'm getting there, Anuj. I'm getting there a little bit every day. There's an auction on tomorrow, so I'm going to go and have a bit stride around the auction house. I've already seen a cabinet that I'm quite taken by. It's a nice unit. Haven't bought any cabinets for a while. Excuse me. Whoa, it's a Chinese hardwood one. So that's fun. Friends, I have no clothes. I have no, sorry, I've got clothes, I just don't have any on. Sunday is wash night, and I had to take off what I was wearing, basically, which leaves me in a strange position because I either start wearing now what I'm going to wear tomorrow, or I just stay here in my boxers and socks doing nothing. So I feel like I'm gonna have to go and put some clothes on if I want to get up and put you in your rightful place in front of the collection. So if you'll give us a couple of minutes, I'm gonna go and apply some fragrance. Kelly says, ooh, speaking of auctions, did you see the Sotheby's Japanese print one the other day? I think I did, actually. I actually bid on a couple. Thank God I lost. Kelly, do you know where to get Japanese woodblock prints from? Place in Japan. I will put the name. I'll put the name in the chat. It's called Moku Hankan. The guy called David Bull. He has a YouTube channel, and he has repopularized Japanese woodblock prints for a new generation of Westerners. Hello, Stephen Tampton. Stephen, I'm still wanting to do a fucking first impressions on that girl on Metallica, but my sense of smell's gone out the window, unfortunately, because I have an ailment. But he's got YouTube channels, Kelly, Moku Hankan and David Bull. That's where I got my Great Wave picture from, and I'm actually getting a couple of other prints framed as well at the minute. Oh, Bubbles, says Boz. Bubbly Boz. That's right. I'm going with a vintage stream today. Ooh. I've just moved you all a little bit. Sorry about that. When a girl on changed to 5-digit batch codes, looking at a good deal on one. Girl on used to do 5-digit batch codes, right? And then they changed to 4-digit batch codes in the 90s when they got bought out by LVMH. Excuse me. I like a good feminine. Thick fruits a little sticky, but I'm not sure as I had the Delina on the same arm. Osmanthus and Overture Woman. And here's your vintage Chemi fragrances available. Says A to Z. Alright, give us a minute. I'm going to go and apply some clothes, and then I will take you over to the the desk. So you've got something to look at rather than Bubbles, unless you're happy with Bubbles. Found a fragrance called Cuddly Men today. That's one to avoid, I would have thought, my friends. Cuddly Men. God knows. So, right, give us 2 minutes. I'm going to put some clothes on. Why are you here? dear. Well. Oh no. I have little pants. Ah! You throw some pants up? You throw some pants up? Aye. It has to be. Well, it has to be one. The ones I did you. The ones I just did you. The others in the left hand. Leave the not here. Crying out loud. Don't be moving. Hiding your trousers. Well, that didn't go very well. That didn't go very well at all. Tried to locate some pants without going downstairs, and then I couldn't. Just a second. Right. One moment, please. Okay. Okay. Chair is set. Should have really done this before I fucking... Should have done this before I got sorted. Yes, I shouted to my mother there and I was like, where's my pants? And she was like, there are no pants. And I was like, fuck, I need pants. I can't just be pantless. Oh, but here we are. I've managed to source some yard pants. Oh, okay. Where are we? There's 37 people watching. Considering I haven't said anything for 5 minutes, that's a shocking indictment on my pattern. Oh dear. Not to worry. Oh! Just rehydrating my hydration. Just stick with bubbles, Rich, says Kelly. Turn the bubbles off. I'm back now. I'm sat up. Oh, how do I turn them off? There it is. How are we feeling then? What's going on? Was that West Ham song? It was not. Bobby doesn't like coconut. When did Girl On change to them 5-digit batch codes? That was a while ago. I've smelled some Cami fragrances before they were bought out by Xerjoff, changed bottle design and maybe formulation. Yeah, if they've been bought out, they're probably changing formulation. Speaking of very good tobacco scent, my Zaharoff tobacco is coming soon, says Boz. I sampled my Zaharoffs. My favourite is Signature Royal X. Paroli, welcome. Boswellio, you have escaped from smelly stable, says A to Z. Yes, it's a woody musk. I got it for the musk, but it's more of a dry woods. Yuck. Rich is locked out. Asking for vintage Cami is a stretch, since the brand was launched in 2014, but the original formulation seemed high quality, says A to Z. Fell in love with Sycamore all over again. Chanel elevating a humble note to exude luxury. What a beauty, says Pradeep. Is Kniza 10 Golden worthy a great perfume, says TK. Pass, not sure. No guns, no bear spray. One of these days it's going to bite me. Ha, literally, says Kelly. Doug's mom throwing pants while Rich stands there is quite an image. There is no pants. Actually, there is pants. I've sourced some pants. So, thank God. Not the biggest fan of leather, but believe certain so there's some leather in it, and I like it. Oh, what a news, says Boswellio. Rich, keeping it real. Sycamore is a great wear, finer than its smeller likes. Give us the reverse trip trees. We're here for it, says Kelly. I haven't smelled the Chanel exclusive I didn't like yet, says Lane. Actually, Sycamore references Encre Noir if it is finer because it smells close to a chubby but costs 20 times more. Than I get your point, says Tika. Rich with striped shirts, suspenders, derby hat, cigar, derby boots, hat, cigar, mustache, and Cartier tank. How many less exclusives do you have in your collection, says Anuj. Mitch, did you try Lomadial Extreme? No. Shocking, says Frank. I sure hated the Maple Leafs lost the other night. I was hoping for a win. I have 4 bottles and a sample of the whole line except number 18. I can find a sample of that for sale anywhere. Yeah, it's got suede. Shucky ducky quack quack, says supply and demand. All bubbles in background. Lol bubbles, says Kitchy. Talk more about music for a while, please, says T-Clay. Jerk off had Cammy for ages now, says DJ. Hola Rich, hola Germs. Dev, welcome. Now I'm down to 2 jerk offs. They're all shit. Scent of the day is Jardin's de Bagatelle, says Dev. I'm good, everyone. Thanks for asking. Ramsey made an entire video from my question on your stream, which is cool. And that is what makes a good creator. They take one thing and turn it into a big thing. He's obviously been inspired by that. I inline skated today. That's rollerblading for the layman. How is Iris Tarafi, says Prody. Always keep a pen near the door. Door pants, lol. A pandemic habit. The Zerzhov owner is the Chemi owner. Was always under the same umbrella. Is Ormond Jane any good? You've got to like Geezer Shern style. I don't think they're worth the money that they ask for. There's a lot of huff and puff. There's a lot of ISO-y super. Like a lot. And the smell like ISO-y super as well. You know? I wasn't impressed by Ormond Jones, says supply and demand. Where is Shiva Vareen? Shiva Vareen has a life. Sorry, I'm just going to plug in my microphone. I might have to take this stream down as well. It's all been a little bit messy. Can you hear me? Any suggestions for what I should wear tonight? Let's say the choices between Boltnikovs, Tabak Dore, Bengal, Rouge, Obuson Homme, and Le Daleric Skis. I heard a story that Zerzhov name came from the owner's grandmother calling him something like that, and she was from Croatia, I believe. Ooh, wow. More water. Bob, you know I gave the Mitsuko decant to someone already. Hello, Pep, the Sentinel. How are you? Welcome. I'll be watching the videos you uploaded after this stream. A nice, calm, relaxing video to end my night. How is Monday? Is Monday all right? Now, family friend, I absolutely fell in love with it, so I couldn't not give it away, says Dev. Any word of Mr. Diakhalev? Hello, Carl Anderson. What would be a good wedding scent? Just saw Ashley in Paris' new video about it, and her pics were interesting. I wore green. So when I went to Richie G's wedding, I wore green Irish tweed in the day for the do, and then I wore Dior Intense in the evening. So it's 5:45 and still dark. So good so far, says Pep. Good day all. Scent of the day is Purple Afternoon by Universal Flowering. I have heard nothing of this, Alan Hansen. Not a jot. Not a thing. Not a mite. Not a mote. A minuscule amount. If you are just joining us, I was struggling to find pants earlier in the stream. And I started by going vintage with bubbles. That's all my old streams used to be, just bubbles on the screen. I decided to revisit that, but then I got bored and decided to set up in front of the collection, even though I still can't smell anything properly. Tino Cosma's given us vibes. I might wear this tomorrow. A big fan of this. Anuj sent me a bottle of this. It's got a very Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme vibe to it. Excuse me. Sorry. Carl Anderson, I'd say a good wedding scent is something like Mitsuko if you want to smell feminine, and Zaro Pour Homme if you want to smell masculine. Overture has similarity to Parfum de la Nuit's line base animalics. They're all copying each other, they're all chasing each other's tails, and it's like a death spiral we're in with modern perfume. That's why I do the first impressions video. What I'm actually doing is trying to find modern niche perfumes that I like. And the last one I found that I liked enough to buy was Montre. But Angelos Creations still has to go on skin. The leather has potential. I think the tobacco has potential. I actually have got to the point now where I forgot which ones I was going to try on skin because I've been out of action. Excuse me. I've been out of action, you know. Weird how you get your messages, Rich, in the order, says Boz. I just read them as they come up in the chat. I use my old device to stream. I use my new device to read the chat. The old device has got a much better battery, but it's got a lot less like computing power, you know. So it swings and roundabouts really. Anyway, I've settled on Bengal Rouge, but I'll wear it to bed. Dave, you will love Bellamy from the shaker bottle, says Dushan. I'm not sure he will. It's a tarry, black, thick, deep, birchy little number. You birch you son of a birch. It's a big perfume, that. Hard to beat vintage Zaro Pour Homme for any occasion, says Nick. Gorgeous, versatile stuff. I have got, this is a 2000s bottle, an early 2000s bottle, but I've got the original formula. I've got the original formula hidden away for when I finish this bottle. And by God, I'm looking forward to it. Chanel Eau de Cologne. Eau de Cologne. I'm not going to say who that's an impression of. that lasts for all of about 20 to 30 minutes on me. And even though it's 200ml, the fact that they're trying to charge, what, 300, 350 a bottle for it? Fuck off. Fuck off. There are other things that do it. I'm not paying that. What do you watch, Rant? I mean, I'm interested in getting one, but it's like I'm probably just going to buy one for my 40th. Like I got the tag for my 30th. I think that's what I've decided to do, unless I can find one, like, at auction for cheap as fuck. I'm not going into a shop and spending £4,000, £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 on a fucking watch. No. I mean, I do realise as I sit here and say that as, like, all of them perfumes stare back at you, but, like, it's a lot of money to spend on one item. That if I was going to spend that kind of money on an item, I'd get a new car. One that didn't give me the fear every time I got into it thinking that it was going to break. Where are my cotton boots? I'm gonna say most I've spent on a watch is £750. Well, this tag I got, I mean, talking 7 or 8 years ago, they were actually 1,800 quid, but I managed to get the woman to drop it down to 15, and I paid for it, and like I bought it. This was years and years ago, and like I went and got it, like, not appraised, but like I took it in the other day and I was like, what would you give us for it? And they were like, oh, if you had all the box and papers, I'd give you like £750 for it. I was like, fuck off. That was towards the price of a new watch, which was going to cost nearly 10 times that. And to be honest, I was going in just to go in and explore and talk. You know what I mean? I just wanted to fucking get a lay of the land. I wasn't actually going to buy, certainly wasn't going to buy one on that day. I just wanted to see what they said. And what they said terrified us. So, to be honest, I'd rather just hold on to this. The guy was like, it's a lovely watch. It runs like brand new. I want one with a blue dial. I still have Bellamy and Pure Distance, but sure, the Vetera is more versatile. I need to try Fougere Royale. I need to just put something in the door to stop it slapping about in the wind. Give us 2 seconds. It's giving me... Right. Only yuppies care about owning expensive watches. I'd rather watches than cars, mostly because I don't drive, says Dev. I have a watch on my iPhone. I don't need anything else to tell me. Pat Lester says, right when reading Luca Turin's books and listening to his lecture series, He quits fragrances right when I'm getting into his stuff. Great timing. I fear I'm now severely addicted to perfume, says Alan Hanson. I killed an uber expensive bottle yesterday and immediately repurchased it forthwith. Good use of the words forthwith. Forthwith, henceforth. Hereafter. You forgot comfy bed, Duck. I thought you wanted the best. But I got 45% off that bed. Plus, I spend a lot more time in my bed than I do wearing my watch. Watch geekery is as deep as perfume geekery. Watch geekery is on the rise. Perfume geekery is on the decline. I said this yesterday. I think the watch community is doing what the perfume community was doing in 2015 and 16, exponentially expanding. You know, it'll hit a fucking wall like we did. I have always wanted a Santos de Cartier though. Rich, of course they cost so much with all that craftsmanship. Well, it depends. I mean, Tag Heuer, I mean, these are mass-produced, you know? The Rolex market's gone fucking insane, apparently. I saw a Rolex at auction about a month, 6 weeks ago. It was when Dura Rose was here, actually, and I was bidding on it, and it was like, it's 1,600 quid. And I thought, I've got that, because I'd sold loads of fragrances at the time. I thought, fuck, I can afford that, I'll get that. And I put in a bid and immediately regretted it. Now, it waited for a couple of seconds, nobody bid afterwards, and I was like, oh shit, I've bought this, oh my god. And then somebody else bid, and I was like, oh, do I want to bid again? And I threw in another one, right? And again, the same thing happened, nobody bid for a few seconds, and I shit myself thinking, fuck, I'm actually going to get stuck with this. And then somebody else bid again, and I was like, right, that's it, I'm out. I was bidding at 1,700. The watch went for like $4,000. I was like, ooh. And I certainly wasn't paying anywhere near that. But, shat oneself, one should say. I was just stunned to find out there was a thing called the watch community. I used to think I was the only person in the world who collected fragrances. Longines is the best entry-level Swiss watchmaker. Pradeep's into his old watches, I think, a little bit. Mitch, what do you think about Dans Paris and Black Tie? Can I sample those? Think I did a Celine first impressions. I think they're overrated. I think the Celines are massively overrated. If you've got Dior on, vintage Dior on, you don't need them. Spaced out over, the designs could be absolutely harking back to the old times. Yes, Pradeep, even Einstein wore Longines. Some brands can seriously depreciate and rapidly, says Nick. Well, the thing is with Tag is that there's so many of them. You know, they're like a lower middle class brand. Excuse me, but that's just lame. What are we talking about? Please, if you're going to talk about watches, I'm splitting. You can do what you like, mate. Try FP Jaune Chronometer Bleu. Water Bob, I debated on adding the heavy breathing. I really enjoy the Ashley in Paris videos. Wish they were more common than twice annually, says Alan. Has Ashley created any perfume yet? I imagine she's created a lot of perfume. Watches and frags match perfectly, says Bob. I got into watches a decade ago, stopped after getting a Longines deep rabbit hole into bankruptcy. That you could say the same thing about perfume. You could say that about any addiction or any obsessive compulsive behavior, you know. Alan Hansen's got a kidney stone. The rub on Tags 25 years ago was the use of plastic pots. Don't know if it's still true. Well, I can tell you mine's been serviced twice in 8 years. I got it serviced after 5 years, and then it needed another service after 2 years after that. And I must admit I wasn't happy when it was 2 years after that. I was unhappy about that. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I'm contented with my Seikos and Tissot. Don't feel the need for anything else. I've seen a Ramon Wild that's actually really nice, but they want like 750 quid for it. I was sporting 2 new shirts. Yeah, I'm not getting into it. I think I want a Santos de Cartier because I've wanted one for years. And like I was saying yesterday, I would go with the whole filthy 70s look if I got that gold, silver, and white-faced fucking dial thing. I would buy a brown suit, grow a mustache, become a general sleazebag. This is also superficial. Are we not superficial to talk about this stuff so seriously, says Boz. Remember who treated you with coffee money now, Mitch? Lol. Incorrect. There are many people who have treated me with coffee money. Things are only superficial if you have a superficial attitude towards them, says Nick. I like what indie watch companies are doing. Usually priced under $1,000 and so much to choose from that isn't the regular conglomerate bore. Masahiro Kakuno is the man you seek if you're into that sort of thing. Excuse me whilst I medicate. Right, bollocks to fucking to watches. I've had enough of watches now. Let's see if I can smell anything. What should I smell? I've been taking zinc. Good evening, Richard. It's been a while. Adam D, welcome. Have you been dealing with the twist and turn in life? How are you? I've been worse, but I've been better. So, thanks for asking. How are you? I hope you're well as well, Adam. Things could always be worse. What's up with your smell, mate? I missed that. I had this chest infection, right, which started in my face, which is a strange place for a chest infection. It started in my sinuses though, and then moved down onto my chest. So when you get sinusitis and stuff like that, or just general illnesses, you can lose your sense of smell. It's one of the first things to go. Like, oh, I got a big whiff of Pavarotti there. That was nice. See if I can smell the old iris. I want my sense of smell back. That's actually I'm smelling the best I've smelt in a long time there. And it's because I took me fucking zinc today. Remarkable how much of a difference the old zinc can make, actually, to be fair. So if you ever lose your sense of smell or you want it to improve, do zinc. Rich is doing lines of Balenciaga pour-on talc. Did they do a talc, did they? That's interesting. Rich, did you see the broken Celine top with cap get ripped off by Patchouli Pappy's cat? Fell over and severed. What, the cat fell over and severed? My balls feel like a pair of maracas, says Boz. Black tie all over the rug. Rich, what is the worst fragrance you ever smelt? Like the most disgusting, sickening, gnarly, nightmarish one. Well, the one I hated the most was Ispazon by Parfums de Marly. It was fucking lifting. It was fucking awful. I don't know if it's the most disgusting though. I mean, secretions magnifique. I mean, it's a meme at this point, but it's a meme for a reason. You know, it's got a terrible reputation for a reason, friends. I can tell you, it's pretty rough. Uncut Gem was pretty fucking awful. Yes, people are mentioning Uncut Gem. But my God, that Parfum de Marley was fucking grunt. It was awful. Fifi Bon Lee, welcome. May your smell fully come back soon. Thank you, Fifi Bon Lee. Thank you. I hope something nice happens to you as well. But always take zinc with a snack or meal. It can potentially cause severe gastric upset with many people. I only ever take my vitamins when I've eaten. I always think that's just best practice. You know, like you always take them with food. Because they're just... Which parfum? I'll put the name in the chat. An infamous fragrance. Espazon. No, Boz, you can expect to see that Argos sample set at some point this year, mate. I've got so many samples to get through. I'll do them, but I've got these Annas Warinkinas coming now, and I want to do them next because they're only 1 ml samples, and I don't want them to, because of the fucking price of them, right? And the size of them, they're going straight to the top of the list. Extraordinary prices to, like, require extraordinary perfumes, right? And from what I've smelled, in the main, almost all extraordinary perfume prices don't deserve their price tags. The problem with reviewers, I've said this before, the problem with reviewers who get free bottles is they literally exist outside the context of the perfume because of the price tag. They know the price tag, but they don't feel the price tag. These people are not reviewers, they are salespeople. Pradeep says, if Demi rolled her eyes to Espazon, then everyone will like it. Not me. Bosvelio says, hey Mitch, guess what? I tried to order an Argos sample set. Oh no, sorry, I've read that. I take 3 pills a day, says Nick, and a capsule for joint pain. I seem to be doing the job. I mean, I'm not going to get into what I take for joint pain, Jesus. I take methotrexate for fucking joint pain. That shit is fucking on hold for a while, I can tell you. I've got my injection tomorrow, the biologic medication. That is going in. But the methotrexate, that is... I mean, I literally took methotrexate and fell unwell the next day. Like, it's a dangerous drug, that. What house is this? Next, Duck. It's Anna's Warinkina. Overpriced stuff is almost never worth it. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be overpriced if it was worth it, would it? They're never impartial. It's impossible, says Nick. If you get free stuff, it's not... You can't be impartial. You can't be. It's just you can't be. You exist outside the context of the perfume. At least the horror frags are not overpriced and usually turn out to be worth it. Well, the thing I found was the horror frags. I used to think his pricing was mint. You know, you would get a lot of perfume for your money there. I still stand by what I say about Signature Pour Homme. It's got the strength of it. It's got the weakness of its strength in that it is a signature perfume. If somebody was to say to me, I've said this loads of times before, I'll say it again. Someone was to say to me, I'm not into perfume, I want one perfume, right, that I can wear all the fucking time. I don't have to worry about it, but I also don't want to smell like Sauvage, right? I want to smell good quality. I don't want to pay a fucking silly price, right? What would you say? The first fragrance that would come to mind would be Signature Pour Homme by Zaharoff. It's different. It's good. It's fucking well priced. People are going to think that you're fucking, like, if you go to because most people aren't into perfume. So if you go up to someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, you smell nice, what is it? And you say, it's a hot off signature pour on. They're going to be like, I've never heard of that. That must be fancy as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's got that to it as well. You know? It doesn't have brand prestige, but it doesn't have brand fatigue either. You know what I'm saying? It's a very good, it's brilliant for what it is. You know, the problem we have, all of us listening to this, right, is that we've got fragrances that do almost every aspect of that fragrance better, right? So if you want to wear something on a bright sunny day that's lovely and you've got a collection, you could find something else that would wear better that day than Signature Pour On. If you want to wear something on a cold day, right, which Signature Pour On can also do, all right, then you would find something else in your collection. That's the problem. It's got the weakness of its strength. It's so good at doing all these little things, right? It's a jack of all trades and a master of none. But it would be brilliant for somebody who didn't have a fragrance collection. And I paid for my Zaharoff Signature Pour On. So I can sit here and tell you that, no problem. If I wanted a shaving cream fragrance, somebody mentioned shaving cream, use Molto Smalto. Filippo Miorelli, welcome. This is a fantastic shaving cream fragrance. I might wear things. I can't actually smell shit now. That's put us in a good mood. It's too strong and cologne-y for me. But some people like that. It's clean, fresh smelling. It's got a vintage vibe to it, which I really like about it. The reason I don't wear it is every time I think to myself, I'll wear that, I can always spot something else in the collection that I think to myself, like, excess. I've got vintage excess, do you know what I mean? It's got aspects of that about it as well. I'm going to review it one day, which means I'll have to wear it a bit more. It'll be, I can tell you now, it'll be a positive fucking review for what it is. Most of my reviews are positive because I own the things I review. I was going to review Zonka, which would have got an absolutely awful fucking review because I think that smells like Ispazon. But somebody bought it off us, which I was like, yes, get it, take it away from us. I don't like Zonka. Didn't like Zonka at all. It was weird. It was at like a right angle to my taste. You know what I mean? It was off and to the side. It was in a different dimension, and I'll tell you, there are a lot of people whose tastes I respect a lot who love it, but not me. Which is one of the reasons I bought it. I thought, all these people can't be wrong, and that's the wrong way to think about it, of course, because they're not wrong, not in their own minds. But when I smelled it, I was like, oh no, I don't like you and I never will. Timbuktu, on the other hand, is having a little bit of, it's twisting my arm. It is twisting my arm, is how Timbuktu. I'm going to end up wearing this. I think it's a summer fragrance. I prefer Modern XS from 2018, smoother and more refined. So that XS does have some sharp edges. Sharp edges? Maybe sharp edges is... Sharp edges may be the wrong thing. It's got like some rough edges. Yeah, all right. Shaving cream, really don't agree, but you're entitled to your opinion and vice versa. Absolutely, boss. Is Iris Nazarena similar to Bois d'Argent's called? Ooh, no. Not for me. I wore both of them this week. I would not put them. If you hadn't said that, I wouldn't have put them anywhere near each other, to be honest. And frankly, I still wouldn't, I don't think. They've got iris in. They're both very different irises for me. Iris Nazarena's got this kind of... oh, God, Tino Cosma, just do what you're told, for crying out loud. Iris Nazarena's got this fruity leather... You know how Iris can have that, especially Iris Concrete, it's got this really fruity top, like this raspberry, apple-y, not citrus, but like berry kind of sweetness at the top. And then Bois d'Argent's just this, it's got juniper berry at the top, but it's almost like an also-ran, the juniper in it. Like I've never smelled Bois d'Argent and thought, by God, that's a massive dose of juniper, is it not? Very much used to exalt the other notes, to boost up the other notes. You know? Not one of them. Ah, Bilbo. Good afternoon. More rugged might be a way of putting it. Yeah, it's rougher. I feel Tea for Two is their best fragrance. Got a bottle of that. Got a bottle off that off a very pleasant man. And I'll be wearing that in the autumn and winter. Yes. Love Tea for Two. I'd love a bottle. I'll remember that if I ever come to sell it, which I don't think I will. I'm sampling some stuff from Anatoly Le Breton, some faves. I've actually got the sample set. That's coming up as well. I've got loads of sample sets I need to get through, which is why this setback with my sense of smell was such a kick in the bollocks. It's after the watershed. I'll say bollocks if I want. Love Fleur Cachée. There's a one that's meant to smell really, really gourmand. I so need to try Tea for Two. I love tea. Gucci Pour Homme Deux for me is a great tea scent. There's another one as well, which has completely escaped my mind. I always thought L'Occitane would make a good tea scent. I haven't worn any of my L'Occitanes for fucking ages. Who else does a good tea scent? Serge Luton, of course. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, my friend. I'm in a good mood now. My sense of smell seems to be coming back, touch wood. All hail the zinc. I have only Premier Figuier by Olivia Giacobetti says, why can't this be the real Bilbo? I actually know who Bilbo is. I won't say. Don't worry, mate. I was told by an insider. I thought you killed your account, Bilbo. Don't be inciting him to kill things. That's the best fragrance sample set to try. Ooh, pass A to Z. I really enjoyed the trip through Etat Libre d'Orange. I really enjoyed the trip through... oh, fuck me. I've got playlists on my channel of all the different sample sets that I've been through. Like, of all the different sample sets I've been through. Eldo was really good. Dusita I quite enjoyed. Parfum d'Empire was really good. Strangelove, no. Massively overpriced. The Zoologist was probably my favourite so far. I did buy 3 of their fragrances. 3? I got Hyrax, I got Camel, and if anyone could help us out with the other one I bought, I would very much appreciate it. I did buy another one though. Greggy boy! Sexy. We've just been talking about watches, mate. Well, at the beginning, earlier in the stream. If I do decide to buy a watch, you can bet your life I'll be running it past Greggy boy before I do. I'm not shitting the bed on that front. Greggy boy is going to start making watch content. I'll be glad just to hear his voice again. Greggy boy, of course, one of the OGs of the British fragrance community, not just the British fragrance community, the general fragrance community. Him and Ouch 110, the OG British fragrance community. Gourmands are not, says DJ. That's true. I never thought about the juniper berries when smelling Bois d'Argent. It's just not there. Even brand new, it's not there. Love Russian tea as well. That's right, Filippo. That's a really good fragrance as well. I might do the 5 teas I own. James Crowder, welcome to you, my lord. Hey, Rich. Glad that you're feeling at least somewhat better. At least you seem to be. Scent of the day is Gucci Nobile. It is the best fougere I have, and I think it's worth $2 a mil if I had to pick a price. $2 a mil. I always, when I think about how I work out if I think a perfume's worth it, is I try to look at it in the wider context of everything else that's available. And not just vintage and like today's perfume market. You look at what Chanel are charging for Cuir de Russie, or you look at what they're charging for Pour Monsieur, or you look at what Creed are charging for like any of their fragrances, Les Indémodables, and then you look at the prices for Gucci Nobile, and if you try and take into account the fact that yes, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Gucci Nobile was worth literally less than half what it's worth now. But what it's going for now, you've got to remember that shit'll never come back again. You realize that, yes, actually, Gucci Nobile is probably worth most of what people are asking for. The problem with it is that it used to be so much cheaper. And it's such a kick in the nuts. Do you know what I mean? It's such a kick in the nuts. It's so hard to take. Especially if you were around when it was cheaper. Greggy boy will tell you. Midnight in Paris used to go for 30 quid a bottle. I paid 30 quid for my bottle and sold it for what, 120? 125? And that was the eau de toilette. I think the eau de parfum goes for more. Always here, Paul. Love Greggy Boy's fragrance reviews. Yes. Greggy Boy's setting up another new business. He's still got Fragrance Samples UK, which I use. And then Greggy actually sent me a sample of Vintage Azure, which is just fucking... Oh, what a fragrance. And that is not an easy one to find, a Vintage Azure. Fucking stunning that was. There are some people on eBay saying that their Azures are vintage and they're like from like the late 2000s. Someone said that it is too similar to Ancre Noir. What are you talking about, Filippo? Costume National Scent Intense is very underrated tea scent. I'm awaiting a tea scent, but it isn't released yet, says DJ. Today's prices are madness. Everything's just fucking bonkers at the minute, like. Roger Amber and Musk Absolute Precieux is about £2.50 a spray, says Greggy boy. That motherfucker gets away with fucking murder, doesn't he? The fucking rascal. Just shows in this country, if you talk with the right accent, you can charge what you fucking like. You know what I mean? Get away with what you like. Mental. Is any Gucci good now, except Gucci Guilty Absolute? I love that shit. I don't necessarily know that I would go around telling people that was good. I just love it. I just love it. There's loads of times that, like, I've gone to, like, say to people, this is fucking marvellous. Like, non-perfume people, I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. And they're like, oh, God, you smell like a hospital. When I was in the fucking hospital last Sunday, man, when I was there, I walked past, there was this place. I'm sure it was like it was a door, but I'm sure it's where they kept the cleaning stuff, you know? And I walked past this door, and it's all I could smell was Gucci Guilty Absolute. But, like, more base heavy, you know? Like, there was something in there that would kill 99.999% of bacteria and viruses. Do you know what I mean? Marvellous. Next says, I've got two 30ml bottles, and that's enough for me. Prefer Dr. Vervain ADT to Nobile for casual occasions. Well, thanks to Anuj, I've got this, Herrera for Men, but that's not what I was going to show you. Thanks to Anuj, I have got this, the brutalist architecture of Gucci Nobile. It is fabulous, be left in no doubt. Oh, it's very butch, it's very masculine. I get a little bit of smoke from it, like. I was thinking today as well, I'm going to have to rotate across to my summer fragrances soon. I have to knock my spring fragrances on the head. Start wearing the summer ones when June hits. Behave yourself. I've got a bottle of Very Valentino. I think I'm going to have to sell that. I've never even thought about that fragrance recently. I was complimented by a woman on Balenciaga Pour Homme the other day, and I would have never expected that. It's fucking stunning. I just love it. It's stunning. Next says, I use Fragrance Samples UK quite often. I like the fact that they have spray bottles for small amounts. Yeah, we can't be using them fucking, what they're called. Can't be using those Lucky Scent fucking dabbers. I can't believe they still use them. It's scandalous, really. And they do 0.7 mil. 0.7 mil. Why? Tight. That's why. So you can choose what size sample you want. Off Greggy boy. Not off Lucky Scent. Usually what you've got to do with Lucky Scent is buy about 3 or 4. You know what I mean? And then dump them all into an atomizer that you've also had to pay for yourself. I was watching Mark Robes Away. I was watching one of his sampling samples videos, and he was lamenting the state of Lucky Scent samples. It's criminal, really. Like, they're so bad. I'm also Spearmint. Nice. I'll have to check that one out. What a fragrance. Yes. Eau de Hospital. That's literally what it smells like. It literally smells like a hospital floor. It's fantastic. I'm starting to prefer the more traditional fougères like English Fern and Fougère Royale. Yeah, like the old, like Beaudejeu. Beaudejeu is more of like a traditional fougère, you know? Top, middle, bottom. Citrus top, lavender middle, patchouli bottom. I need to try Yerba Mate from Lorenzo thingy. You know what she'd said? I had a Lorenzo Villarezi sample set. I bet once Gucci Absolute is gone, some niche company going to make a clone and charge 4 times the price. Who was it? Who was it? Got a fragrance that smells quite like it. It's when you put papyrus and leather together, or vetiver and leather. You get this kind of, Lone Star Memories has got that kind of vibe as well. When you put leather and vetiver together, you get this smoky, angry, cleansed with fire kind of vibe, you know? Oh, the new Musk Milano is good. I hope the new Mas Milano's good. Yes, I hope the new Mas Milano's good. I think you said there's a new Eldo coming out as well, DJ. Greggy Boy says, I am actually a big fan of Cartier, although many real hardcore watch people consider Cartier a jewellery brand and their watches as being jewellery. But I think they have some timeless and amazing watches. I just want a Santos. I want a Santos so I can shave a mustache in, wear a brown suit with elbow pads, wear a very thin tie, and put on the perfume as well. Fabulous. We'll see. Push up entry on your arm and move it around. Yeah, I'll do that, yeah. Did they put the prices up for the Ouds? Oh, the casualty. Chavoy private label is a good vetiver leather, says Sentinel. Cartier use their own movements. They're usually like other people's movements. New Eldo already out. What's it called? Ramsey compared one of the Amouages to Gucci Guilty Absolute, says Andrej. My brother got to borrow my Eau Sauvage parfum for a night out this weekend. He absolutely loved it. All his friends wore different Frankers are stronger with you. Oh, God. Oh, God. The pain. By strict definition, aren't all watches timeful and not timeless? Says Alan. Could there be both? B, says Daryl. I don't know. Would you rather be or a wasp? I've had some wasps congregating outside my fucking bedroom window today, and I was unhappy about it to an obscene amount. It was very upsetting. Do not, because they were fucking, when they're young wasps and they're like tense and angry, they make some fucking noise, you know. Like, especially when they're like banging on your window. Like a fucking dentist's drill. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking flapping wings, you little shits. The thing is as well, I'm sure I heard somewhere that if you kill one of them and there are some other ones nearby, right, they release like a pheromone that attracts all the other wasps to come and like get this predator, you know? So I was like, ooh, I didn't want to kill it. I just want to fuck off. I plan to get this skin alongside the Narcissus one. Sue something for the Eldo. Mitch, can't spell it. The Bee Perfumer has a new scent on the way, says DJ. What's the best release of the year so far? Pass. I don't think there's been many. None have stood out to me. I mean, I'm waiting for the new Les Indomadables to show its face. Many wasps are mild-tempered. Let's not tar them all with the same brush. Not all wasps. I don't know them. I don't know like many wasps personally, but you know, I've had some run-ins with them. Do you know what I need to wear that I haven't worn so far? Oh fuck! I forgot the lid doesn't stick on this one. I need to wear this. It's not green Irish tweed. It's Bois de Portugal. Oh, it's Pour Monsieur. It's like Pour Monsieur by Chanel, but with that creedy that creedy thing going on. DJ doesn't want his Lesendama Dobler anymore. He got Ambra Supreme and regrets it. Brown suit with elbow pads. I would go with a ledge. I would go with ledge or Tour de Hermes. No. You've got to go with something truly 70s if you're going to rock that sort of thing. Truly sick, like early 80s, late 70s. Gucci Guilty Absolute is very similar to Voice of the Snake by Gucci, says Filippo. Bulgari has some good tea scents. Thé Blanc. Excuse me whilst I yawn in your eyes. Excuse me. I'm going to pop the bathroom. Give me 5. I'll be back. It's attaching my microphone to the stanchion. I'll be back, friends. Here's me. I have returned, my friends. I have returned. Oh, what a day. Potato, potato. I don't know anybody who pronounces it potato. Ink from Acro is more mass-pleasing version of Gucci Guilty Absolute in a way. Rich should totally get it and make a move on that girl in the perfume store one day. She's not having it. I'm pretty sure she's not having it, unfortunately. Many know my thoughts on Les Indomitables, says DJ. They don't feel like finished perfumes, he says. Am I the only one who finds Habit Rouge really sweet? I don't like Habit Rouge. It's too powdery. Habit Rouge is pretty sweet on me as well. Like YSL Pour On vibes, but sweet. Need to try Indigo Smoke by Arquiste, a tea perfume. Those is goodies. The only Les Indomitables I liked was Vanilla Van. Cacao saved it from going too sweet. I like Triple X more than VH Vanilla Van. It has a notable amber wood, though they try to hide it so it isn't as spiky and everything. If I want one more Les Indomitables, it's Rose de Jamal. Fabulous fragrance, one of the best smelling fragrances I own, that stuff. I fucking love it. Rose de Jamal. I want to wear Oriental Velour a bit more as well. Oh, that's so good. Tripler says he lives thanks to the gods of poultry. My favourite tea scent is The Mountain Still Standing by Memo, and yes, I'm aware of the hatred for this house. Somebody was talking about Memo the other day in glowing terms, and it was the last person I thought it would be. I can't remember who it was, but they were praising it. They were praising the house of... They were praising the house. And this cap, the Rose de Jamal cap, is behaving funny fuckers. Filippo says, if I had to choose one Les Indomitables for a full bottle, it would be Ambra Supreme at the moment. Look at that. That's not good, isn't it? Oh, I need to sell off some of those House of Matriarchs. I can't believe Peter got us to buy those. Dried on a bit black for me. Wait, that's the wrong house. It's by Floricu. But Floricu gets plenty of hate as well, says Alan. People seem to like Shams Oud from Memo. Eugene and Christo saying Shams Oud smelled like a fishy vagina. I remember that video. That was a long while ago. Moving through the Les Indomitables set, and so far Ambra Supreme is my top choice. Rose de Jamal's very pretty. Oriental Velours is good. It's got that whole, it's got that myrrh and mint kind of thing going on. This man is sending me pictures of unheard of perfumes. What am I doing? How many fragrances do you have in your collection? Well, without backup bottles, I've got about fucking 370, 380-ish. I'd have liked to have got that down a bit, but I haven't actually managed it, though I have thinned the herd as far as backup bottles is concerned. I haven't managed to thin the herd as far as total number of fragrances is concerned. DJ doesn't want Ambra Supreme anymore. He's selling it for 130 quid if anyone wants it. It's got about 5 mil missing. Has anyone here tried Byzantine Saffron from the Merchant of Venice? What did you think to it? I used to really want... some of those Merchant of Venice fragrances. But I tried a few of them. This was years ago. Tried a few of them and just thought, meh, they were a bit shit. Does anyone try? Oh, sorry, I've read that. I haven't liked Shamsud by Memo. Even better is their Shamsud Narcissus. They are extremely bombastic. Tripler says Santa Maria Novella Sicilia. It's gone 6 hours in high heat so far today. Impressive. Merchant of Venice looks nice, then you realise it's a glorified clone house, says DJ. Thoughts on Dior Sport 2021? Has the LME note? Pass. I'm not sure I'm all that familiar with it, to be honest with you. Smelled it a couple of times and it did nothing for us, like. Alan Hansen has just reminded me to medicate myself, so I will. I will medicate myself with all my medical dreamies. Another day of antibiotics. Gabapentin, paracetamol. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. I have the urge to collect all the black gold Tom Ford private blends. That collection would look beautiful visually. Dior Sport is like trying to sniff a citrus fruit through a plastic bag and the oxygen is slowly running out. Terrible stuff, Pradeep. Don't understand. New Dior Sport is raw ambroxan in the dry down. Yuck. Thankfully, Dior Cologne is still intact. Kind of like how ridiculously prominent the saffron is in that one. Clones of what, DJ, says Nick? Clones of successful scents. I'm intrigued by what I'm going to wear tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like when I wake up. As it stands right now, it's going to fucking piss it down tomorrow. It looks fucking vile out there. And it did before I closed the curtains and put the light on. Weather. %50 chance of precipitation tomorrow. That's fun. Oh, not until the afternoon though. So it's going to be sunny in the morning and probably going to rain in the evening. Yay. It's going to be cloudy and a little bit sunny for the next 10 days. Shit. I've still got a haul coming, friends. Got a runny nose now. What the fuck's going on? I am a green lover, says Ashley Bissett. I took your advice, Duck, and tried the private blend Beau de Jour. It's so much better than the midline. Be selling the signature. The private blend one is absolutely sensational, and it lasts all fucking day, and it smells great all the way through. The signature one has overtures and is a nod to the private blend one, but the private blend one, it ain't. It just ain't. Oh, God almighty, it's fucking good. It really is very nice. I think I wore this to the fucking auction house the last time I went. I'm going to Miller Carter's for a fucking burger tomorrow because I've been thinking about burgers all weekend. Absolutely love green Frank. Green with no sweetness. I've been rocking I've been rocking Corsica Furiosa something from Parfum d'Empire recently. Corsica Furiosa would be my choice. Green notes are a hard sell for me, although I really appreciate evergreens. When you had no haul coming. I'm a sucker for green, says Filippo. Dura Rose is here trying to talk Chinese. Shamal Poram is my favourite, is my green forever. Sold mine and thank God. Doubled me money on it, I think. Amazing scent. People keep mentioning Corsica Furiosa. Need to try it. Loving Eau de Campagne at the minute. It's so beautiful in the heat. I've got a bottle of Eau de Champagne, or Champagne Absolute, sorry, from Tom Ford coming for Dura Rose. My friend got in touch with me the other day and said, "Good heavens, Richard, I'm coming to Europe. By God, I'm bringing perfumes with me. You still owe me a certain amount of money." Poor Anoush. I owe Anoush some money as well. It's coming, don't worry. Right now, I'm looking for some more greens. Try Potpourri. I didn't like that one by Santa Maria Novella. Signorici. Synthetic jungle, very green, very awful. Synthetic jungle smells a bit like rhubarb to me. The private blend must be freaking awesome. It's amazing. It's lovely, Ashley. Synthetic jungle I couldn't get along with, says DJ. I thought it was shit. I don't think it smells cheap. I think it just smells nasty with its fucking stale poo note. You know what I mean? Sawdust in your burger. I will sell my signature Beauregard and find the private blend most likely, says Spaced Out. I've smelt a similar profile before in £20 perfume, says DJ. That reminded us of one. 50% chance that it's a safe assumption, is it? 50% of the time it works half the time. DJ, I use Potpourri Santa Maria Novella as a bedroom spray every morning. Fantastic. The note of pistachio seems to be having its moment in the spotlight, but sadly everything I've sampled is so saccharine. Melem is a decent one, but the muskiness kind of ruins it. Hey Jura, how are the new Ormond Giant? 1909, 1984, and 2019 exclusives to Selfridges. I've not tried them, sorry, says Jura. I had a perfume that wasn't good enough to be worn on skin, so I used it to scent my pillows. Do that with Ambre Supreme. Everything's got a fucking foul sweetness to it these days. It's fucking awful. It's because they've got chemicals to shift. That's why. Large amounts of resources go into creating these new aroma chemicals, and they must be used. God forbid they don't get used. Oh, someone asked me to talk about music for a while. It's got the same lavender note in it to me as Beau de Jour. It's got that same lavender in it, but it's a very different fragrance. It's very sweet. It's very strange. Mitch, did you do a patchouli video? Yes. I want to say yes. If you put in Rich Mitch Patchouli, it should come up. If I have done it, it will do. Hold on, let's have a look. Rich Mitch Patchouli. Oops. 10 patchouli fragrances. Absolutely, I have. It's not the world's greatest fucking video. But yes, I have done a patchouli. And one of them is opium. Just fucking great note. I could do another one. That's the thing with patchouli. You could probably do a fucking series. You could probably do 100 patchouli fragrances, because most fragrances have got patchouli in them. But are they patchouli fragrances? Well, maybe. Pistachio and Hermes's JCE style would be nice. I was talking to somebody today, talking about how overrated we thought Jean-Claude Elena was. I think it was Peter Kokorin. JJ, I can send you some decants if you want, says Filippo. Wore music for a while yesterday. Lovely. Very thick. Very syrupy vibe. Caramel, patchouli, lavender, caramel, pineapple, lavender. Very thick. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like it. I do like it. I'll tell you what I never wear, and I'd never think about wearing either Tour de Hermes, which is an absolutely outrageous thing to say. It's a great perfume, absolutely it is. Just never think about wearing it. I'm thinking of selling my bottle. I've got an older bottle as well. I'd take you up on that if I wasn't swimming and stuff. I haven't tried yet in terms of samples, says DJ. Also, I have my final verdict on Mayo Fuscini. He's shit like Bianchi selling stories, but stories don't make them a good perfumer. Likes his amber woods too. Oh, God. The patch in Beau de Jour is fucking titanic. It's massive. Dr. moans how thick, warm, smooth Bois 1920 is in that video. I love Real Patchouli by Bois 1920. I hate that company. I don't hate that company. That's harsh. I just don't trust them anymore. What they have done is wrong. You have a Holy Grail that you don't have in the collection yet. Mine is Neroli Out Renoir. Green Valley by Creed. Guerlain's Cuir de Russie. I mean, fuck. There's a couple of Serge Lutens. I wouldn't mind a vintage Iris Silver Mist. This is one of the things, you see, that this is one of the things, like, I'm at this point in my collecting sort of thing. I've kind of got everything that I want, like, and it drives us wild because I've got this reflex that I want to look for perfumes. You know what I mean? Like, I've got this reflex where I'm like, I'll just go to look for a perfume and I'll be like, there's nothing there. There's nothing for us. You know what I mean? That most of the stuff I want now is like backups of stuff that I've already got, which is silly because I'm never going to get through the fucking first bottle, am I? But we'll go on eBay and we will check, search. I wouldn't mind a Murardont by Anik Goutal, I wouldn't mind a vintage Jubilation 25. My eBay. Where's my search feed? Fuck knows. They've changed eBay recently and it's an absolute pig. An absolute pig to try and fucking navigate the fucker now. Saved. There we are. Feed. I wouldn't mind an Eau Noir cologne. Equipage. Mona Diorio's Queer, a vintage. I wouldn't mind an extra Metropolis by Lauder. Green Valley by Creed. More Serge Lutens, just generally. Where are we, friends? Duck Mounds, how thick bomb. Do you have an opinion on Penhaligon's Juniper Sling? I quite like it, actually. I like Juniper fragrances. Are you still after a Moss Brech? Yes, I wouldn't mind a Moss Brech. Matt Cap, Frederick Malls, absolutely, Micah. I'm getting to that stage, says Nick, yeah. I don't think we'll ever run out of things to talk about. Excuse me. Me likey choco patchouli, says Phil. Pretty much only wear Tour de Hermes in autumn. Doesn't feel right the rest of the time to me. I would wear it in spring and summer. That's another one of those fragrances you can wear year round, basically. I did a 10 signature fragrances, was it? I've still got another video I want to do about on that Smurfy Girly topic that she did about 7 reasons fragrances are ruining your life. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something along those lines, though, like my journey through my collecting, you know. What do you think of Juniper Gentle Fluidity Silver, Mitch? I didn't like those. Didn't like either of them. I thought they were really, really boring. I thought they were bang average. I thought they just like. I thought what they were, right, was it was a play on like the latest trend or the latest fad. I thought it was very cynical. You know, and as fragrances, I thought they were fucking. I thought they were mediocre at best, just as fragrances. I'll tell you what else is really good from Penhaligon's that's in the same vein as Juniper Sling for me is Savoy Steam. I don't know why, but I really like that. I ain't actively looking for anything, says Pradeep. Roger Graves says, I'm really loving Eldo. I love Experimenting Crucis. I have a playlist of all the Eta Libre d'Oranges that I tried. So if you want to watch that and see what I thought. I didn't buy any in the end. Thought about Fat Electrician, but I've got... Again, it's not good enough to burst in. The point I made about Derby still stands. Like, I don't just buy fragrances now. It's got to be held up to... It's got to be held up to that kind of standard, you know? And yes, I know I still buy fragrances, but it's really settled down. I like minis more and more, just exploring stuff rather than going for the large bottles, especially with feminine, says Nick. Well, I like someone like you as well, Roger Graves. I like someone like you or someone like you. What? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Vet of a Tonka, yeah. Vet of a Tonka is very similar in a style to Fat Electrician. Does Surgery Tons have any green scents? Vetiver Oriental? I mean, it's not that green though, and it's a little sweet. I can imagine you not liking that. I need to do my mini video, which I'm going to do at some point. I mean, I've been threatening to do this for a long time now. But I need to do my little mini video. Galant's Cuillère Russie is a true unicorn. I have vintage Chanel Cuillère Russie on extra and Eau de Cologne version, says DMR. Ramsey got that Eau de Cologne version. He said it smelled amazing. Gentle Fluidity up there with the worst name, says Tripler. They're trying to capitalize on like the latest trend fad thing, and it's so cynical. What is super gin like frag for summer? Well, I'd like to get people's thoughts on this. It's not gin like, but it does have a lot of juniper in it, and that's a lot of ferment. Which is going to be one of my. I've decided I'm going to try and burn through some of my partials, and this is one of them. I think I might actually wear that tomorrow. Put a white t-shirt on and wear that. De Profundis is one of two surges I like, says Deja. Savoy Steam, Beolia, Lothar, Endymion, and Sartorial. I like Sartorial. Lothar's alright. I had Endymion Cologne Concentrate and got rid of it. I just thought it smelled like fucking ISO Super, basically. Or something like that. A lot of ferment as a classic. It's beautiful. It's fucking fabulous. It's incredible how wet that scents feel. We should seek out a Fragaholics Anonymous. Le Humaniste is nice. Yes. Or Gris Clair last night. I've got Gris Clair. Gris Clair is very nice, actually, for a fragrance that I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy. I really did actually very much enjoy it. I think I'm going to go now, friends. I think I'm going to go because my throat is dry. My mouth is dry. I am dry. Outrageous. Oh, Josie, mate, I'm just about to go. Sorry, man. Got a sample of Bowling Green Cologne and ADT. Both are great in their own way, but the Cologne had this grassy, lemony thing. Yes, Aldo's Funhouse, something for everyone. Anyway, it's time for me to wet my whistle. Wet my whistle. What? Wet my whistle. God, fuck. Bollocks, I'm going before I make a fucking bigger tit of myself. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging around with us and keeping us company during the dying hours. Wheat. What the hell? RXL lands with the wheat at the end. Right. I'm off. Thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.